Hi guys, this is Sugar Cyanide. You're watching House of Cyanide. I wanted to do a second video tonight. Had to change locations because my dear Rocky needs to go to bed and I was sitting on the bed in the other video. So I wanted to do a video on 2012. I know there was lots of people, lots of books, everything is written on 2012. And the reason why I wanted to do this video is I've been seeing this everywhere, and it's, I get messaged daily from friends about things that are going on in their life, and they're like, why is all this upheaval going on? Why is all this stuff going on? And my initial response is, it's probably 2012. Now, I do not think that the end of the world is coming. What I do think is the Mayans, just like all ancient cultures, used symbolism to describe things that were happening. And so what I think they meant, and granted this is just my opinion, I'm not a scholar on this is just kind of my opinion and what I've been seeing, that the end of the world in 2012 was maybe translated the death of the world in 2012. And I look at it like the death card in tarot. The death card in tarot means that there's going to be lots of change, lots of upheaval, and things that are no longer important in your life will be cut from your life. So I've seen a lot of people losing their jobs. I've seen a lot of friendships ending, a lot of relationships ending, a lot of marriages ending. There's a lot of ending because 2012 is the end of the millennia. Now, everybody was freaking out over year 2000. Well, year 2000 is actually 2012 because the Western calendar that we use is off by 12 years. When they switched from the Gregorian calendar to the Western calendar, and I don't have any notes right now, so this is just off the top of my head, but they lost about 12 years. There's about 12 years that they lost because they based our calendar off of Jesus' birth, and about 12 years was lost in the way that was all set up. I apologize. I might do another video after I do some research so that I can give you like proper names and all of those things. At the moment though, this is just off the top of my head, and I have read all of this. I'm just not remembering exactly how everything goes. Anyways, so the Western calendar is off about 12 years, and that's why 2012 is really the end of the millennia. Okay, how the Mayans knew this, I don't know. Haven't gotten quite to study all of that exactly. I really haven't really looked a lot into 2012 because I have a lot of I guess personal fears and associations with it, and I haven't studied it because of that. But what I've noticed as 2012 is going on is that there's a lot of things coming to an end. A lot of people are going through swift, dramatic change, and relationships are ending, and basically what it is the things in your life that you do not need are being cut away from you. And because it's being cut away, it can, and most likely is, a painful process. But you can make it less painful if you just accept it. If you accept it, and see what it is, see what is happening and why it's happening, and move with the change, it will be less painful. One of the ways that you can accept it is really evaluate your life. Why are these things happening? Why are these bad things happening? Why did these relationships end? Were they healthy relationships? Was it a healthy situation? What about the job situation? Was it a healthy situation? The funny thing that I've noticed is a lot of people who have been unemployed for a long period of time are now getting jobs because their unemployment is ending. And so 2012 is just a time of endings. A lot of things are coming to a close. A lot of things are ending. And the reason why is because it allows the future you to kind of start fresh with a clean slate. You're ending a lot of your baggage. You're getting rid of a lot of things that held you back. You're cleaning out your closet, things of that nature. So that's basically what 2012 is. Now, if you think about New Year's, okay, everything that you do for New Year's, you make New Year resolutions. What do you do in the new year? You clean out your closet, get rid of all your old clothes. Come spring, you have garage sales and you sell all that stuff. You're getting rid of the old to make room for the new. Okay, that's what 2012 is. But instead of it being the strength and the creation energy of 1 year, it's that strength and creation energy of 1,000 years. And so because of that, it's really affecting a lot of people. It's affected me. It's part of the reason why I'm not performing right now, because as a performer, I allowed a lot of people to take advantage of me. I allowed a lot of people to use me, and I was working my butt off and wasn't being appreciated, and the fans were very appreciated, and I love the people that loved my acts and what I brought to the table, but it wasn't the fans, it was the people that I was working with at that time. I'm not talking about my students or my girls or any of them. They were always really appreciative, but some of my co-workers, if you will, were not appreciative of everything that I did. So I stopped doing it, and there was a big blow up when I stopped, because they were so used to me giving and doing that I was just like, fine, I'm washing my hands of the situation and walking away. People were flabbergasted that I did that. But I had enough, and I'm one of those people that if you push me hard enough, I'm not going to put up with it. I'm just not going to do it. So that's basically what's going on with that. I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen with performing. I do miss it. I miss it dearly. But I do not want to work with the people that I was working with in the past, which makes it very difficult to perform unless I were to go elsewhere. So I do have opportunities to travel and perform outside of St. Louis and perform outside of the state, out of Missouri. And I do want to move. I've got some things in the work to moving out of state, actually. I've wanted to actually be out of St. Louis by 2012. I've always had the urge to leave St. Louis before then, but that has not happened and will not happen. I've always felt like something was going to happen to St. Louis on 2012. Now, or not necessarily on 2012, but in the year 2012. Something along the lines of like Katrina, or I don't know. And right now we're in a massive drought. I mean, it's really bad. So there's, you know, growing up as a child, we were always worried about the New Madrid Fault and the huge earthquake that could happen. When the New Madrid Fault went off 100 years ago, it rang the Liberty Bell in Pennsylvania, which is like 4,000 miles away or 3,000 miles away or something like that. And it was that earthquake was so big that it changed the course of the river. So I don't know if that's that paranoia, and I connected that paranoia of the New Madrid earthquake to 2012. I don't know in my head, and I'm not saying it's going to be the earthquake, but I do think it's going to be something along those lines. And I didn't want to be living here because I thought that, and I could be totally wrong. I could be completely wrong. I haven't officially tried to do any tarot readings or any psychic work on that matter because I'd rather not know, especially since I'm not able to leave. I'm too much embedded in St. Louis at the moment to leave, and so I would rather not know. I do not want to be was it in Troy? I don't think it was Helena of Troy. I'm sorry, I'm terrible with names. There was a character in the Troy story that she had foresight and no one would believe her, and she told them not to bring the Trojan horse into Troy, and because she knew that that was going to be the end of Troy and they wouldn't listen to her. So I do not want to be her. So I'd rather not know. So I haven't done any, like I said, any psychic work or anything in that direction because I would rather not know. I don't want to be privy to, you know, how horrible it could be or whatever and not be able to do anything about it. So, and for all I know, I could be completely wrong. So, nothing could happen, you know. But we are in this horrible, horrible drought right now. And trees that have, you know, hundreds of years old are starting to die because of it. It's really sad, you know. We're in the Midwest, which is where most of the food for the country is farmed, and because of the drought, those farms aren't doing as well, which means food prices are going to go up, and you know, there's talks of comparing the drought that we're in right now to the Dust Bowl and the Great Depression, and that you know, that we could be in for something along the lines of the Great Depression, which is really scary, especially since I am self-employed, and you know, I am very sickly, and I'm not able to basically go back and work a 9-to-5 anymore. So you know, I don't know. I really don't know. I have, like I said, there are some things that I don't want to know about the future. I try not to look. I've learned the hard way that by looking, you know, it's upsetting to me when you're powerless. Like Avalon Moon was talking about how she had a dream about a helicopter going down, and it ended up happening, and she felt powerless about it, and that's why I don't look. Now, sometimes I'm told and I have no control over it, but I've really worked on, I guess you could say, my my seeing and my psychic abilities so that I have control over it and then that I can filter it. But I'm totally off topic of 2012. But anyways, there are a lot of people going through turmoil. Like I said, I get message daily of people, you know, getting divorced, losing their jobs, friendships ruined, people that have been friends for years and years and years are no longer friends. And that's, to me, that's 2012 energy. And, you know, if you can just pull away and try not to be so emotional, which it's really hard in this situation. I get it. I really do. But if you can just pull away and see what's going on, it's also the reason why I think everybody on YouTube right now is all rah! At each other's throats, and, you know, people are being mean and all that stuff. I really think it's that 2012 energy that's really just, it's kind of like worldwide PMS. Yeah, that's the only way I can explain it. It's like everybody in the whole world has PMS at the same time. and really what it is it's the world detoxing itself. Everybody is going through a detox right now, and detoxing is not fun. It is an uncomfortable experience, as anybody who's done any kind of detox diet understands. It's an uncomfortable experience. So that's kind of my whole thing with 2012, with all of this that's going on, with people getting cranky, especially like on YouTube, and and loss of friendships, is try, if you can, because I know it's really hard when you're really upset and it's really painful, try to take a step back and understand where those people's actions are coming from, and try not to take it personally. As an adult, nothing can emotionally hurt you unless you let it. So that's something to think about. If someone is calling your names and all up in your Cheerios, spreading rumors about you and doing hateful things, that cannot hurt you unless you let it. Now granted, if it was someone who was really close to you and now all of a sudden they're doing that, it's going to be painful. But then after a while you can step back and be like, you know what? I'm not going to give this person the power to hurt me anymore. And then you just don't let them hurt you anymore. Then you just say, you know what, you're not important to me anymore, so whatever you say or do, none of your actions are important, so it doesn't hurt me. So you can say whatever you want. If a bum off the street calls you horrible names, are you gonna take that personally, or are you just gonna be like, that's just a crazy bum? So then you have to regulate that person to a bum off the crazy bum off the street, but you have to realize, just don't take it personally. It's hard. It's very hard. It's very, very hard to pull back and pull back your emotions and be like, you know what? I'm not going to allow this person to do that to me. I haven't always been able to do it. I'm getting better. I find just walking away, physically removing yourself from the situation, is a huge help. Because if you don't talk to them, you have no communication with them, then they aren't able to hurt you. When someone does that to me, they become persona non grata. They no longer exist. So, and there are several people that have become persona non grata to me. And it doesn't matter if they're in the same room with me. I do not acknowledge their existence. Because they're, they no longer deserve it. And it takes a lot to become that. But anyways, I digressed again. I'm sorry, guys. I guess that was all my thoughts on 2012, because I'm digressing all over the other place. So, like I said, I'm trying to do more videos. So let me know what you think about 2012 and the death card, and how it's really just an ending. And it's lots and lots of ending. It's massive endings, massive change, so that it cleans the slate, so that you can prepare you for new and better things. So if you can understand that and appreciate that, it'll make it a lot easier. It's still going to be painful. Like I said, it's a worldwide PMS. It's not going to be fun. But anything worth doing is not a fun experience always, and it takes work. And I think everybody will be better once this is finished. So, alrighty, thank you very much, guys. Talk to you later. Bye bye.